Hey everybody, it's Hank Linderman. It's a bit of a difficult day, um, but I'm glad to be here talking to you. This is Friday the 24th, um, and like I say, it's a very difficult day for me because we lost a member of our family, not due to COVID, and it's not a human being. It was our cat. My son's cat has passed away, and I just found out about it, so I'm a little bit overwhelmed by that. I hope you all will understand that I'm a little bit caught up in that. But anyway, this is Hank. I'm your Democratic nominee for Congress here in Kentucky's 2nd District. And, the election is not that far away. And we've all got a tremendous amount of work to do. And getting angry is part of that because we're very, very upset. Hi, Mark. Yeah, thank you. We're very aware at what a failure our government has been. By the way, I'm not at home. I came to Bowling Green, so I'm wearing my mask. I'm here at the Union Hall. Let's go back here. I'm at the Union Hall in Bowling Green. This is Local 2164. These are the folks who build the Corvette. And this has been a site of some great get-togethers in the past when I would come to Bowling Green. I'd come to luncheons that were held by the union members, and this is also where we had a get-together with Keb Mo. Keb Mo was sweet enough to come up here and support the campaign and hang out with everybody. So anyway, I guess I better get to some of the issues we need to talk about today. And I'll see, I had to throw this together because I only had a few minutes. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, it was a tough way to start. These are the numbers from yesterday. So this is from the 23rd. Oh, thank you, Barbara. I really appreciate it. The cat's name was Midnight, and if I can figure out a way to show you a picture, I might do it. He was a great cat, and he was my son's cat. And my son is now 23 years old, and he got Midnight when he was 7. So Midnight lived a pretty long time. He had a exciting life, got hit by cars, and had various other things that made him an exciting animal. But he was a sweet guy, and he passed away last night. And anyway, so let's look at our numbers. Our numbers are still not good. We've got almost 70,000 new cases, which is really difficult, and over 1,000 new deaths. Look at our total deaths, 147,000. We're going to hit 150 pretty soon. Nelson, thank you. And Mary, thank you. And Cindy, of course. Yes, thanks. I'm going to find some good news here at some point. Thanks, Mark. Yesterday, California was number 1, and today it looks like Florida has gotten back in terms of the new cases. Now, some of this has got to be just that we can't trust the numbers. We can't trust numbers that are changing kind of so wildly. And we're heading into the weekend, and remember, of course, that makes a difference as well. Let's look at Kentucky. Kentucky had 607 new cases, 7 new deaths, but it's worse. It's worse than that. This is from Johns Hopkins, and as you can read right here, it says you'll see Kentucky down there. We did a really great job here following the leadership of Governor Beshear, and but that has evaporated. And in fact, Kentucky, I believe, is still one of the most infectious states, meaning when you interact with someone, you're more likely to get the virus in Kentucky than any place else in the country. It's our R1 number was 1.2 last week. And Mary says yesterday's podcast was amazing. Yes, and by the way, a huge shout out to Greg Adams. What a hero, and I'm hoping we can get him back. What a great thing. And then we texted later, and I said, "Oh, there was one or two questions. There weren't." He got back on the comments and communicated very detailed information. And what a great guy! And Greg, if you're listening, thank you so much. Notice what they say here. Idaho and Kentucky are disappointing. So, folks, this is really a dangerous time if you're a Kentuckian. Please be very careful. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. I still see people when I go out not wearing their masks, and it's just astonishing. I don't get it. Some interesting news. It looks like Florida is moving from a toss-up to a lean Democrat state. And I think before that it had been lean Republican. So that's good news, I think, with the idea that as long as we have the idea that we are not going to give up on this. I'll read this. To paraphrase CNN's crack polling analyst Harry Enton, sometimes politics is complicated, sometimes it's not. Right now, it's really not. When a major health crisis hits Americans expect their leaders to handle it. If they don't, the voters will turn against them. And we're seeing that right now. In Florida, as COVID-19 cases started to rise this summer, Trump has seen his vote margin and his job approval rating drop. Now, I got to tell you, I remember so much about this. I remember so much of expecting President Trump to do the right thing. I mean, how hard was it to do the right thing? But he had already fired the pandemic response team. He really didn't want to pay attention to the dangers of the virus. I was just appalled by it when it was going on. And he wanted to bet on the stock market with our lives. He was betting on that huge stock market number with our lives. And how much outrage should there be? You know, I was out on the water last night, and I went out briefly on a jet ski ride. I had just a few minutes before I had another Zoom call coming. And I stopped at a friend's boat, and there was a person there, and they said, "Oh, are you a Republican or a Democrat?" And I said, "I'm a Democrat." And she said, "Oh, that's nice." So I knew that she was a Republican. And so we had a nice conversation. She was very polite, but it was astounding to me to hear that the reason she voted Democrat was because of morality. And I bit my tongue, because I don't see how anyone who wants to believe they are moral human beings think that President Trump is going to be in some way supportive of your morality. He is not. He is not. That is an immoral human being. All you have to do is look at his actions. It's just dreadful. And but I think also there's a lot of people who believe that Democrats are immoral. I'm not sure why that is. I suspect a bunch of it is misinformation, watching Fox News, that kind of thing. Here's what I pledge to you, Kentucky. I pledge to you to represent the people of the 2nd District. I will work with all of us to make a better Kentucky, a better United States of America, a better world for our children, for our grandchildren. And to do that, we need to rebalance the equation between corporations, the rich and the powerful, and the people who work for a living. I worked for a living my whole life. I didn't get paid unless I worked. I understand what it's like. I'm a musician. That's the original gig worker. And we have allowed politicians to be bought by corporations. We have allowed the rich and powerful to buy politicians that then vote tax breaks for them. The wealthiest in this country got a tax break when President Trump got into power. What has he done for working people? What has he done for people in rural America? What has he done for people in urban America? If you're wealthy, you're thrilled. President Trump gave you a tax cut. Your taxes are lower. Your money goes further than mine if you're one of the wealthy and powerful. Yeah, Michael, I'm sorry I didn't mean to make you spit your coffee out. Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. Well, I'm going to make this a short one, but I have a few announcements I need to make. The first one is Mark Maselli pointed out that Governor Andy Beshear has moved his broadcast to being from 5 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. I had always set mine up to be the half hour before Andy's. So starting Monday, we're going to move to 3:30 Eastern, which is 2:30 Central, which is, for those of you in the rest of the world, you're going to have to figure it out. But California, for example, 12:30 instead of 1:30. So we're going to go an hour earlier and see how that works out. I hope you all can still continue to join us. All the shares make a massive difference. Look at all the work we have to do in the United States of America. And by the way, I spoke to Jack Bowers, who is the you'll see Jack is the president of the union here in Bowling Green. We had a great conversation, and he's agreed to be one of the interviews next week. So if you've got questions for the president of the union that builds Corvettes here in Bowling Green, Jack would love to hear them. We haven't picked a date yet, but I'm going to go back and talk to him right now. By the way, I'm here dropping off signs. If any of you are in the Bowling Green area, you can probably stop by the Union Hall to get some of the signs we have. So I'll leave. There won't be a lot of them. We're ordering some more next week. So we'll have that, and we're going to have bumper stickers. We're going to have it all. So I love you all. Bit of a tough day for me personally, but I'm as committed as ever to doing the right thing for the country. I'm as committed as ever to doing what we need to do to change our country, to change our world. And your help makes a massive difference. By the way, I got several wonderful contributions. So thanks for all the help that you're giving, sharing the broadcasts, telling people about this. When you send money, it always helps. And also showing up here lets me know that you're behind me, and I really appreciate it. All right. I will talk to you all on Monday at 2:30 Central and 3:30 Eastern. Okay? We'll try that. I love you all. Take care.